This is the fighter that changed the world. It showed the world a slew of technologies that had never been seen before. As a result, it ushered in a level of air dominance for the U.S. Air Force that has remained unmatched today. The fighter was so groundbreaking, it was universally agreed that it was in a generation of its own. This is the F-22 Raptor, the world's first fifth-generation fighter. As the Cold War heated up in the 1900s, Moscow and Washington got frighteningly creative in having an edge over each other. Nuclear bombs were detonated like a hobby across over 1,700 tests. As the nuclear bomb craze died, another was birthed: air dominance. Both sides of the divide built jets that were more heavily armed than ever before, more agile than ever before, and faster than ever before, breaking the sound barrier like they were breaking bread, regularly and hungrily. In the midst of all these, the U.S. struck gold with stealth technology. Packing all of these abilities into one fighter, the U.S. Air Force, working with almost all the largest American defense companies, unveiled the F-22 Raptor for service in 2005. And since 2005, it's never fired a shot at another fighter. All that power, and it's never really used it. This is because when the fighter entered service, the Cold War was finally cold. The Soviet Union had collapsed a decade prior, and the resulting Russia was too focused on rebuilding than to continue its power tussle with the U.S. And although the U.S. was indeed wrapped up in conflicts, even by the time the Raptor entered service, these conflicts weren't against states with significant air power. Non-state forces in Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, and so on were no match for the armies of the U.S. and allied forces, so these proved sufficient. There was no dire need for an air-to-air fighter like the Raptor. However, the Raptor's lack of action doesn't mean the fighter was useless, far from it. It could be one of the key reasons why there was world peace for so long. Its unrivaled capabilities were advanced enough to serve as a deterrent to enemies of the U.S. Should they cross a line and force a fleet of F-22 Raptors to pay them a visit, it could be the last visit they ever received, and they knew that. These capabilities that made the Raptor so unmatched include stealth. The F-22 Raptor was built from the ground up with stealth, to be invisible to radar and the human eye. Look at it. Can you see it? Okay, maybe you can, but most radars can. And that's massively important, as it could strike a target area before the targets even realize it's there. The Raptor achieves this invisibility with attention to the tiniest details, from hiding its hinges to the shaping of its airframe. The aircraft actively cools its leading edges and features flat, thrust-vectoring nozzles to reduce infrared emissions and ultimately minimize the threat of heat-seeking missiles. To protect all of these stealth features, the Raptor is lavishly coated with radar-absorbent material. And to maintain its stealth capabilities, the Raptor is fitted with a signature assessment system that delivers warnings when a radar signature is degraded and repair is necessary. All of these combine to ensure the Raptor has and maintains a radar cross-section of 0.0001 meters squared, the same as that of a steel marble. Engine. The F-22 Raptor is a twin-engine fighter powered by two Pratt & Whitney F-119 PW100 augmented turbofan engines, each producing a maximum thrust of 35,000 pound-force. The engines are closely spaced and incorporate pitch-axis thrust-vectoring nozzles for athletic-level agility. They thrust the fighter to a peak altitude of 50,000 feet, a top speed of Mach 2, and a maximum operating range of 2,000 miles, more than half the radius of the planet. With such high speed and altitude numbers, the Raptor is able to fly as fast, as high, and as maneuverable as it needs to evade ground forces, which is crucial if the fighter will survive on the battlefield. Avionics. A fighter's avionics determines how intelligent the fighter is, and the Raptor was designed as the most intelligent of all, thanks to some key mission systems. These systems include the AN/ALR-94 electronic warfare system with more than 30 antennas for passive detection and all-around radar warning receiver coverage, the AN/AAR-56 infrared and ultraviolet missile launch detector for full spherical infrared coverage, the AN/APG-77 active electronically scanned array radar with a low observable, active aperture, electronically scanned antenna for track while scan capabilities in all weather conditions. To lower interception probability, this radar changes frequencies more than 1,000 times per second. This high frequency enables the Raptor to double as an electronic warfare system capable of overloading enemy sensors. All radar, communication, navigation, and identification information are processed into a combined tactical picture to enhance pilot situational awareness using two Hughes common integrated processors, each processor capable of processing up to 10.5 billion instructions per second. And since the F-22 can also operate shockingly close to the battlefield, the fighter's avionics can gather enough data to detect and identify threats and perform intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance tasks. A software with 1.7 million lines of code keeps the Raptor's systems running smoothly. Armament. To maintain its stealth profile, the F-22 usually holds its weapons internally. These weapons are shared across one main bay and two side bays. In the main bay is a combination of up to 6 65-mile range, Mach 4 flying AIM-120C advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles, and 1,000-pound class GPS-guided joint direct attack munitions. In the side bays are 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders with Mach 2.5 top speed and 22-mile range. An M61A2 Vulcan 20mm rotary cannon with 480 rounds is also embedded in the airplane's right wing root. When stealth isn't the top priority, the Raptor is able to carry extra ammo externally, up to 5,000 pounds on each of its 4 underwing hardpoints. These capabilities make the Raptor the most superior fighter even to this day. These capabilities are so advanced and so peculiar to the Raptor that there's a federal law in place preventing the fighter from being sold to any other country on the planet, not even to very close allies. The U.S. is the only operator. Yet, despite all these battle-deciding capabilities, the world must now bid the Raptor farewell. Every era comes to an end. The future demands newer and newer aircraft from the U.S. if it were to remain at the top of the food chain. But before the 5th-generation F-22 Raptor bows out finally, it shakes the world one more time. It births the next most advanced fighter on the planet, possibly the world's first 6th-generation fighter, the NGAD fighter. The NGAD fighter. The Next Generation Air Dominance Fighter, or NGAD fighter for short, is the lead member of a family of elite military technologies under development by the U.S. Air Force to dominate the skies. The other members of this family are new sensors, weapons, unmanned aerial vehicles, propulsion systems, stealth technologies, among others. They all revolve around the manned 6th-generation NGAD fighter. The NGAD fighter is the hero destined to replace the Raptor in service in the 2030s and is being built with the Raptor as its test bed. Like the Raptor, it too is packed with jaw-dropping capabilities, such as stealth. Stealth's an advancement that's been here for only one generation of fighters, since the Raptor was introduced, and it's one that's here to stay. According to the Air Force, the NGAD fighter will evolve its stealth beyond that of the Raptors by taking an overall triangular shape and having no vertical stabilizers. It's the first fighter in history to be unveiled with such a revolutionary design. Vertical stabilizers had always been required to keep an aircraft airborne until the concept of active flow control came to life in the B-2 Spirit and made the B-2 Spirit the stealthiest aircraft in history. Advanced sensors. The NGAD fighter must spot a threat before a threat spots it, so the fighter's designed to be fitted with sensors sensitive enough to do so from many miles away. For maximum sensitivity, the Air Force will install electronically configured smart skins integrated into the aircraft's fuselage instead of the traditional mounted sensors. And this sensitivity will transcend the NGAD fighter itself. Gathered data can be shared in real time with friendlies to keep every member of the fleet abreast of the battlefield situation. Lethal weapons. The NGAD fighter will wield an assortment of America's most lethal weapons, including an aircraft gun shooting people-sized bullets, bombs, missiles, possibly laser weapons, and loyal wingmen flying alongside to execute many missions and keep the manned fighter from extra risky situations where possible. With the NGAD fighter in the picture, packing all of these capabilities, American air dominance might just be in the safest hands. From the 5th-generation Raptor to the 6th-generation NGAD fighter, one of the world's most significant change of guards may soon occur. It's one that could maintain America's spot as the world's most powerful nation, or lose it. To know which will happen, subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. Thanks for watching.